Excuse me? Um, Cristiano back at Real Madrid. Basically, first of all, this morning we actually started with Cristiano to PSG, and we're not trying to deal with that. And now, just after we've now talked about that, we're not thinking about Cristiano to back to Real Madrid. I've said this from time and time. People can say whatever they want to say about my views on Cristiano Ronaldo and so forth. Did not understand for 1 minute how you sell a dude who scored more goals than games he played in. And he played like over 300 games, like a lot of games. And he scored more goals than games he played in. The goal ratio he had for Real Madrid was outstanding. Not only the amount of goals, but when he scored those goals, specifically on a three-pitch run against the biggest teams and the best defenses. So I never understood what happened with him and Perez and how they fell out. But because him and Perez fell out, I was like, there's no turning back. You see, with United, Cristiano wanted to leave United and it was a mutual agreement. Cristiano never wanted to leave Real Madrid. He was sort of forced out because him and Perez sort of came to loggerheads, and Perez was like, no, I'm going to choose the club over you. But now I'm just reading into it and everything. Is it a case of where he fell out with Perez, he also fell out with Zidane? But then when he left, Zidane left as well. But then once Zidane came back to Real Madrid, did Zidane ever reach out and look like as if he wanted Cristiano? But we're not saying that it's Ancelotti, and Ancelotti apparently has actually spoken to Cristiano, and he actually wants Cristiano back. And I just, again, the Chiringuito guys have basically much released a video, and I think the guy that broke the news in the most hilarious, over dramatic way, as apparently a guy who basically goes on holiday with Cristiano and is actually one of his closest friends. So if he's one of his closest friends, he should have a special insight into what he wants to do. See, there's so many dimensions now. So let's say you bring back Cristiano. How does that affect Benzema? In my opinion, I think it makes more sense for Real Madrid to go for the younger Mbappe and maintain how Benzema is playing. Because if Cristiano comes, will we now see what Benzema used to be? Because Cristiano coming back, you don't have Ramos. Modric is older. Casemiro is older. All these guys are older. So you can't recreate 2014. You can't recreate that, because that was just that particular team who were at that age in 2014. You have to look and build anew and build for the future. But Cristiano is Cristiano. Those goals are goals. And this is a guy that can guarantee you those goals. So when you're not bringing those goals with what is already a good team, an amazing team, and this is the same team without Cristiano that got to the semi-finals against your boys Chelsea, who knows? It may make sense. I don't think it happens based on how things were left with him and Perez. But never in a million years did I ever think that I'd see Messi to PSG. So with how crazy this world is, as much as I don't think it will happen, I never in a billion years thought Messi would leave Barcelona. Never in a billion years thought that Messi would go to PSG. So, bro, who the heck freaking knows?